woman is currently trying to ban TikTok.
It's an all-out blitz.
She does vote yes. I will not be voting for her in the primaries, and I will write in a different candidate.
TikTokers taking to their cell phones to literally call on Congress to shoot down a bill that could effectively ban the wildly popular app. The rallying cry coming directly from TikTok itself. Pop-ups on the app urging users to speak up now, and warning if passed, the proposed bill would destroy the livelihoods of countless creators. Anna Jones in Montana sells handmade metalworks on TikTok and says she's going to call.
What are you going to ask your congressperson to do actionably?
Advocate for the small businesses.
But Democrats and Republicans are on the same page in a 50-0 vote, advancing a bill on Wednesday that would force Chinese company ByteDance to sell TikTok within 6 months, citing national security concerns. Not concerned about being able to divest that quickly, while in a statement characterizing the legislation as a total ban. The chief concern, critics say, protecting U.S. data from the Chinese government, which TikTok has repeatedly denied.
ByteDance is not owned or controlled by the Chinese government. It's a private company.
Okay, hey everyone, welcome to my channel. Like, share, subscribe. Like, share, subscribe, usual. As you can see what this video is going to be about. Yes, TikTok being banned in the USA, the good old USA. So, before I continue with my commentary, reaction, and opinion, I need for those who are digitally passing by, go ahead and smash that subscription button. And for everyone, hit the notification bell. That's where you will be in tune with all the content I drop on my channel. Go ahead and hit that Cash App right here, right here, right here. All donations go towards content enhancement creations. You can also hit the thanks. The thanks is right next to the share button. Thanks has a heart on it. So yeah, you can click that and go from there. All donations, again, go towards content enhancement creation. Thank you very much in advance, you guys. There are polls going on in the community section, so head on over there and vote. Let's keep it respectful and peaceful in the comment section and the chat. So yeah, so let me go ahead and see what this video is going to be about. You heard the snippet, the clip. Let me go ahead and share some excerpts of this article, and then I'll come back with more of my commentary, reaction, and opinion. Okay, you guys, according to vox.com, is the new push to ban TikTok for real? Let me just interject really quickly. Yes, it is for real. To my understanding, it has a clean slate in the House, meaning everyone voted for it. So now it has to pass the Senate, and your president, Jim Crow Joe, that's what I call him. Check out my other videos as to why I refer to him as that, or Google it. But yeah, so yeah, he said he will sign off on this. So, but let me go ahead and jump into some excerpts of this article. And before I continue, you guys, I don't have TikTok, I don't, but in my opinion, I do believe this is unconstitutional. So yeah, article further cites this week, congressional offices on Capitol Hill were inundated with phone calls and social media posts begging them to reconsider an audacious bill currently moving through Congress, a potential ban on TikTok. The social media app told its users to call their members of Congress in protest of the new bipartisan bill, arguing that a ban would infringe on their constitutional right to free expression and harm businesses and creators across the country. And let me interject really quickly. Yeah, I don't understand why they don't think that this is going to impact people, or maybe they do from a financial perspective and just doesn't care, and just using the guise of, you know, TikTok is bad, it's owned by this culture or community, and they're infringing on America's privacy, and it's a security threat. You know, that's what the government, the U.S. government, is basically saying, which I take it with a grain of salt. You know, so but yeah, I don't, like I said, they probably just don't care that it's going to impact this ban. If it passed the Senate, you guys, so it has to pass the Senate. They probably don't even care anyway, because to me, in my opinion, Americans and people around the world are making ends meet when it comes to social media. I mean, inflation is high and people use so many different platforms for their business, for their bread and butter. So, but yeah. Okay, so the article further cites the social media app told its users to call their members of Congress in protest of the new bipartisan bill, arguing that a ban would infringe on their constitutional right to free expression and harm businesses and creators. Okay, I read that. Teens and the elderly alike reportedly pleaded with congressional staff, saying they spent all day on the app. Creators posted on TikTok urging their followers to do the same. Some offices decided to temporarily shut down their phone lines as a result, which means that they couldn't field calls from their constituents about other issues either. Wow. So wow, you see how they get your vote and they shut down their phone lines. keep that in mind when y'all go to the polls. Keep that in mind when you all go to the polls. For those who will be participating in elections this upcoming season, from federal to state to local, whatever that may be for you in whatever capacity in your area, make sure you pay attention to the ignore. They put you all on D&D. They put y'all on D&D. And again, I don't have TikTok, but I might get it in the future, or may want to get it in the future. So it should be an option, an opportunity for anyone to get it. Article further cites lawmakers in both parties didn't take kindly to the impromptu lobbying frenzy. Some characterize it as a confrontation of their fears that the Chinese-owned apps, which is already banned on government devices, is brainwashing America. The overrun phone lines were merely making a case for the bill, U.S. Rep wrote on X. Wow. So they're basically saying y'all can't think for y'allself, that we know what's best for the American citizens. So y'all voted them in so they could make these decisions over y'all lives. Okay, what they're doing. You vote for certain people and they still going in doing what they want to do and being political. So what is my vote going towards? You supposed to be working for me. I'm a taxpayer. I go to the polls. I vote. I expect you to represent my community, represent my thoughts, represent my trajectory for my, come on now, social wise, financial wise, health wise, like all of that. But you go in Congress and just politics. So, okay, the article further cites, indeed, all 50 members of the U.S. House Committee on Energy and Commerce voted Thursday to advance the legislation, which would require TikTok's Chinese parent company, ByteDance, to divest from the app within 165 days, or else it will be removed from U.S. app stores. That sets up a vote on the House floor next week. The White House has backed the bill from the beginning, reportedly providing tech support to legislators when they were drafting it. Even as President Joe Biden's re-election campaign has started using TikTok for voter outreach. What? Oh my God, it's a hypocrisy. So Jim Crow Joe is promoting the presidency, his re-election efforts through TikTok. Y'all can't make this stuff up. Let me continue. This is a joke. Y'all keep voting the way you do. Just keep doing it, y'all. Y'all crazy. And like I said, I don't even have TikTok, but I think this is unconstitutional and I think it's unfair. Okay, the article further cites, in other words, this bill isn't just grandstanding, it has a real chance of becoming law. That said, there's the crucial question of whether it would survive legal scrutiny. A federal court recently overturned a Montana law that sought to ban TikTok, though legislators sponsoring the U.S. House bill argue that it is narrow in scope and would not amount to a total ban on TikTok that would violate the First Amendment. Some legal experts believe otherwise. So basically, legal experts are saying, and the justice system in Montana, the court said, no, y'all can't ban it. You're infringing on people's right to free speech, right to expression, right, yeah. And that's just like trying to shut you up, trying to shut you up, trying to shut you up. Okay, the article further cites, in my view, this loaded GUN is a ban in all but name, and banning TikTok is obviously unconstitutional, says Raymond Christian, a staff attorney at the Knight First Amendment Institute at Columbia University. The ban on TikTok is materially the same as the Montana ban in all the ways that matter. Can Congress ban TikTok? The constitutional law here appears straightforward. Congress can't outright ban TikTok or any social media platform unless it can prove that it poses legitimate and serious privacy and national security concerns that can't be addressed by any other means. And that's what I was thinking. Let me interject. I'm like, okay, if it is what they're saying, quote unquote, causing a security risk, privacy risk, don't they have mechanisms to or alternatives to put in place to implement to combat that, to mitigate that? It's just like any security, like security on your phone. If you have Apple, the iOS, they have different types of measures they put in place, encryptions. It just, come on now. It's too much technology out here for them to just, nah, okay, I'm not buying it. And the mighty dollar, I'm telling y'all, bottom line, it's about money. My opinion, in my humble opinion. Okay, the article further cites, the bar for such a justification is necessarily very high in order to protect America's First Amendment rights, Christian said. And that's an attorney speaking. Lawmakers argue that the bill under consideration isn't actually a total ban. Rather, it would enact a new authority to ban apps in narrowly defined situations when they are controlled by a foreign adversary. New Jersey Rep. Pallone, the ranking Democrat on the Energy and Commerce Committee, said before the committee Thursday. He compared the bill to his historical efforts to prevent foreign ownership of U.S. airways due to national security concerns. It's no different here, and I take the concern raised by the intelligence community very seriously, he said. Other House lawmakers have criticized TikTok for attempting to portray the bill as a total ban. But legal experts say that an indirect ban may still be unconstitutional under the First Amendment. Civil society groups include the American Civil Liberties Union and the Center for Democracy and Technology wrote in a recent letter to the federal lawmakers that jeopardizing access to TikTok, home to massive amounts of protected speech and association, also jeopardizes access to free expression. There are also arguably less restrictive and more effective means of protecting any national security interests at stake in this bill, they asserted, considering the Chinese government could continue to access America's data in other ways. Thank you. Oh my gosh, common sense stuff. For further sites, this bill would functionally ban the distribution of TikTok in the U.S. states and would grant the president broad new powers to ban other social media platforms based on their country of origin, they said in the letter. Thank you. And let me interject really quickly. That's what I was saying. If they get the free range to do this and it passed the Senate, who's next on the chopping block? They'll use this as precedent. You guys, meaning that this will be the example, the model, the blueprint for whatever else they want to ban just like that. So y'all better wake up and pay attention. And that's the thing. Wow, Americans, wake up. Okay, the article first cites, I'm going to jump down here. But so far, members of Congress have not provided concrete proof for their claims about Chinese digital espionage and seem to have little interest in offering any transparency because they don't even understand it. Probably the law itself. Don't think that they be understanding these laws, y'all. Most of them haven't even went to law school. Prior, a team of people who funnel this information and explain this information to them. So don't get it twisted. These people, these politicians and senators, and trust and believe, their cognitive abilities is probably on the low of the totem pole. But anyway, so the article further cites TikTok, communist Chinese malware that is poisoning the minds of our next generation and giving the CCP unfettered access to troves of Americans' data. U.S. Rep. Elise Stenkfink said in statement, "We cannot allow the CCP to continue to harness the digital weapon." Jump down here. Courts have already applied strict scrutiny to previous attempts to ban TikTok. A federal judge blocked the Montana TikTok ban, which also imposed a financial penalty on TikTok and any app store hosting it each time a user access or is offered the ability to access the app before it was scheduled to go into effect in November. Lawmakers justify the ban as a means of protecting the privacy interests of consumers in the state, but U.S. District Judge Donald Molly wrote in his ruling that the law overstepped the Montana's legislature's power and left little doubt that Montana's legislator and attorney general were more interested in targeting China's role in TikTok than with protecting Montana's consumers. Former President Donald Trump, listen to this, you guys, also twice tried to ban TikTok via executive action, only for courts to strike down his proposal both times. So that's something to consider too. Yeah, I don't know why these politicians is really trying to ban TikTok. Well, I do know. I kind of got an idea, but what lawmakers could do instead of banning TikTok. Okay, the article further cites, if lawmakers are serious about protecting privacy and national security, Rooney said they should instead pass comprehensive digital privacy legislation. Right, that would be a better path forward, she said. Okay, everyone, so what are your thoughts? Do you believe it's unconstitutional for the federal government, the United States government, to attempt to ban TikTok? Do you think it's unconstitutional? Do you believe there's other mechanisms that they can implement to protect, like the article was stating, privacy? And you can head on over to that. I think it was vox.com. Read it in its entirety. In my opinion, it's a good write-up, something to refer to. Is very detailed. But I encourage you guys to go over there and read it for yourself. Your thought process may be a little different from mine and vice versa. So always conduct your own research and, just read articles and for yourself to gain a better understanding, and you probably see something that I missed, and go from there. So like I was saying, they could implement something, in my opinion, to protect the privacy of the users of the app and place the onus on China, eyeing them. You know, how about that? You know, some type of heavy privacy data rule or act or law, and put the onus on China. And if it's not complied with, then they will receive fines. Then it goes to the next step. Then it goes to the next step. Then, you know, the access. I think that's a fair way or fair perspective. But what are your thoughts? What do I know? I probably could be in Congress one day. You know what I'm saying? No, I'm just kidding. I'd never go into politics ever. But yeah, so let me know your thoughts, you guys, down in the comment section. Like I said, although I don't have TikTok, I'm not rocking with this. I think it's ridiculous, and I think you have control to do this. What's next? What's the next app? If they do it, what's the next app? What they're gonna try to ban X? What they're gonna try to ban? You know, come on now. Trust me, they will use this as the catalyst to do other things. They would use this to set the precedents to implement other things. And here on the Mix, you guys, if you don't know by now, I'm really advocacy of institution. So, and I'm not rocking with just automatically relinquishing your rights over, you know, when it comes to situations or instances like this or narratives like this. But yeah, let me know your thoughts down in the comment section. Like this video, share this video. It's crazy that they turned off their phone lines on you guys. They turned their phone lines off. Remember that when it's time to vote. Y'all better remember that when it's time to vote. I'm telling you. And then a wise woman once told me, a homegirl of mine, I don't know, it was many moons ago, and we was talking, and I was like, I don't care, or something like that. I see what she mean by that. She said people don't care or be bothered with certain things until it's at their doorstep. Boom. Message. So that gave me a different outlook or a different perspective on certain topics or conversations when it comes to certain things. So basically, you know, be careful how you judge, be careful how you react or whatever, because once it's at your doorstep, the tables have turned. So, you know, but yeah, like I said, although I don't have TikTok, I don't think it should be banned. I do believe it's unconstitutional if they attempt to do this, and it's a violation. And remember this for election season. Remember who's trying to do what. If you guys are going to participate in the voting process, and I've said this before on my channel, The Mix, conduct your due diligence. Get to know your lawmakers. Get to know what they stand for, from the representatives, the senators, even the governors, at local level to the federal level. We are their constituents, you know, especially those who have a right to vote and those who are American citizens who pay taxpayers. So the government works for us. They get paid from the citizens. That's why they politic, and you see all these ads running because they need your support, they need donations, and they're trying to win your vote. So you do have the right, the authority to speak to them and to express your concerns or grievances and lobby whatever you need to lobby for whatever issues you stand on, you know, whatever issues you're trying to stand on business on, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, give them a call. Yeah, write a letter. Yeah, express like, hey, I'm not gonna vote for you, or hey, I'm gonna remember that election season. I'm gonna remember that, you know. And some people rally others, and before you know it, they'll get that person up out of there, you know, and get somebody else up in there and back someone else. So yeah, there's strength in numbers, you guys. There's strength in numbers, and here on the Mix, you will be empowered. You will be empowered, entertained, and all of that, and semi-educated and all of that. I don't know everything. I'm not here to say I know everything, but you know. So yeah, you guys, like this video, share this video. Thank you guys for tuning in to the Mix, and I will talk to you guys soon. Bye.